Hello everyone and welcome back to Love Thy Vape. Today we're going to be a small review on the, I'm going to pronounce it HCigar, HCigar, the Plume Veil. Let's see that Plume Veil. Like I say, focus not very good. This is the box, nice and tidy. It's pretty cool. Let's open this up, and inside you get the actual coil assembly itself. You get some wire, a screwdriver, some spare rubber O-rings to complete the seal, and you also get some, looks like it might be some sort of filament, carbon, might be fiberglass, like cotton, a couple of spare screws just in case you lose them, and that's that. That's pretty cool. You get all that bit with it. But this is the piece de resistance, Plume Veil. It's a very nice little stainless steel array with quite nice airflow holes here and here on all sides. Very easy to come apart. That's the top half with airflow regulating. So if you want high airflow, you're going to line these two holes with those two holes on there, so you get extra airflow. Or if you just want one, you can turn it slightly, cover one hole, whatever, and that's that. Also, the mouthpiece itself unscrews and comes out that way, so you can change your mouthpieces, which is pretty cool. There we go, screw it the right way around. That's that. That's copper on the old bottom there for the battery connection, and in there are the coils. I already built these coils. They don't come pre-built, but that's okay because you can build your own. Or if you don't really fancy building your own coils, the shop I'm sure will allow you to build them. So yeah, also this little ring comes off, so you can clean all your pieces nice and clean. Once again, you always got to keep your machines clean. So I have two coils, both 5 wraps and compressed. This is already on. It's a bit dry. I have been using it. It's quite nice. In my last video, I may have mentioned that you have to get your coils red hot and glowing, so then you can get like a pair of tweezers and squeeze the coils very tight, very close together. You can do that. I did it. I actually did it with this mod, with this battery on the bottom. They do glow red hot, and you can, they're easier to manipulate and squeeze together. So then you get a nice tight coil. So 5 wraps on each side. The center screws, that's your positive, and the 2 outside screws, they're your negative. And the way you would coil this up is you would go, say I went for this positive, let's see if I can get my tool so I can point. So this positive would go out and into this negative, the far outer one, and vice versa. This one would go to this one, but on the opposite side. There are many variations of how you can coil these. You can have four coils in here very easily. You'll have 1 in each corner, 1 on this corner. You can do it so it's positive, negative, and then positive, negative on the opposite side. So there'll be 2 coils, 1 on this side and 1 on this side, and same on this side. So positive, negative on either side. I will be doing a tutorial on how you can wrap these coils once I've used this a fair few times, and may need to change the coils up, but the coil should last a long time in theory. Also, I've put cottons in there, and I will show you how to wrap these cottons in there so they can feed. If I could show you, there's a little well in the bottom of both sides of this, and that's pretty good because any runoff, when you're dripping it in, any runoff kind of collects into these wells, and then the way I've made these coils and the cottons, they kind of soak it up like you would. So yeah, pretty good. I think it's a lovely piece of kit, fairly cheap, and what you can do with it is phenomenal. It's a 510 thread, so it fits on the majority of all box molds and stuff. I'm currently using some Zeus juice, and this is called Black Astaire. The only way I can describe the flavour of this, it's like a blackcurrant cough sweet. It's like mentholy, it's quite refreshing, and the blackcurrant's very, very nice and is quite sweet as well. So I will be putting a few drops onto here to soak that up. Yeah, so make sure all the coils are soaked. Stick some in that well just for why not? For the sake of it. So let that all soak up. Lovely. The reason I bought this Plume Veil by HCigar, or HCigar, if you want to pronounce it that way, is I dropped my Aspire Atlantis tank and I cracked the Pyrex glass, and it was a nightmare. It all smashed up and it got caught inside all of here, and it was a pain in the bottom to get it all out. Excuse me. I will be replacing the glass on that because I love this tank, and you know, I'm experimenting with coils now, and you know, I've got some working coils which are great. You know, they provide a lot of flavour and a lot of cloud. So I do want to keep this tank, absolutely. So I will be showing you how to replace the glass on that in a separate video. So this is now soaked for a little bit. Very easy to put together. Get it the right way round, top right side up. So it's got Plume Veil up there, and you see these three holes. They've got to match up to these holes. There's two holes on either side of the negative ports, and you want to try and match up the middle hole with that on both sides. You see? And then, like I say, with this I want maximum airflow, so I want the two opposite sides to line up with that hole and the opposite hole, so you can see right through them. And that's it, it's ready to go. I've got my light on. Give it a sizzle, nice and smoky. You see some of the smoke's coming out there. It's pretty good on the cloudiness of things. I'll see if I can do a shot like this. So here it is. Airflow is pretty good. I like the airflow on this. So you can take nice big lungfuls. It's very nice. So I really enjoy this piece of kit. It's very nice, well made, stainless steel body and things. So yeah, I think this is a very good piece of kit for the price that I paid for it. I'd expected it to be fairly pricey, but it wasn't actually. You know, it's pretty cheap to make to purchase. Should I say? And I think this is a very good piece of kit to go on top of your Aspire battery. It's very good. Oh, I'm surprised, and I'll tell you why. I'm using 24 gauge wire, and now, as you remember, I had a few problems with 26 gauge wire in my Atlantis rebuild. But even though there's two 5 wrap coils, should I say, on this, it's actually very good. It puts out well, very well. It's quite warm as well. The vapour is very warm. It's not hot, which is good in my opinion. I don't really fancy hot burning vapour. You know, it all comes apart, nice, easy to clean. Yeah, I think this is a fantastic piece of kit, and I recommend, if you want to first try out to build your own coils, this is a pretty good piece of kit, and the amount of coils that you could build for this is pretty sweet. I've seen some coils where it's 4 lengths of 28 gauge, not 24, 4 lengths of 28 gauge, and they're wrapped 10 wraps around one of these, 4 of them, parallel wraps they're called, I think, and there's 10 of them, and it's quite long. It works out to be very long, and you have to kind of sit it in there somehow, but you can, there's not a problem. And apparently that's supposed to provide more surface area, more vapour, more flavour. So I recommend, if you want a big coil in there, because you can fit nice big coils, you're probably going to want like a 40 to 50 plus, you know, higher the better if you want bigger coils in these. There's plenty of room in there for coils, and you've got all this depth in there, which is fine. There's plenty of room to make some vertical coils and stuff if you want to play around with that. Yeah, absolutely brilliant. There's no splashback or spitback. It's very nice to play with. So this just comes off, and then you can drip straight into there. You know, doesn't matter. Straight onto the coils, straight onto the cottons. A couple of drops here and there, and that'll do you, 4 or 5 drops if you like. And just plop that back on. Fits right in, and there you have it. It's ready to go. I think the colours are pretty impressive. Another thing as well is this is like a universal. It's universal, and I can show you right now that this will fit into your Aspire. Bit of a snug fit, nice big grommet, but it fits in there. It's a bit more stubby, and just before my battery died, it's basically I put my Aspire mouthpiece on here, and well, it gives it that little bit more airflow by the looks of it. I don't know if you can see the difference, slightly more narrow on the box standard of what came with it. So I will put this on and see how that goes, see if I can get better airflow. Lovely. My daughter's come to say hello, I think. She thinks the smoke is pretty. So I will be leaving you with this. I'm going to keep this mouthpiece on it because I do like that. There's much better airflow.
It's better?
It's better, that's right.
Oh, it is much better.
So thank you for watching, guys. Like, share, comment, subscribe. More subscribers means more videos, and yeah, it means I can do more for you guys to watch, and a lot more tutorials.
Hello.
Do excuse my daughter in the background here. Well, thanks again, guys. Take it easy. I will be seeing you all very soon. Love thy vape.